is you just stick the corn in here on the serrated side and twist. So what we'll be doing is using all 3 of them because we really like corn. However, you can use more or less depending on what you like. Just make sure that corn is cooked and cooled, of course, before you twist it right into your salad. So, and then you can even grab it down here if you want. And I know this looks a little suggestive and I apologize, but it's a great way to take care of the corn kernels. So let's actually just do one more for sake of time. And we'll keep that other guy. I think I'll have him a little bit later with some butter. Here we go. So now we have 2 full corn kernels. And again, I'm making a little mess here. You can add what you want depending on how much you like corn. And I like corn. I really like corn on the cob. So let's stir it around a little bit. Right now it doesn't look like much, but you know, there's different types of corns. You can get different types of sweet corns. You can get the yellow corn, the white corn. I personally like the variegated corn because it adds a little more pop color-wise, but they didn't have that available since it's not quite corn season yet. Next, we're going to be adding 1/4 cup of mayonnaise. Okay. So we're going to get that guy in there. We're also going to be adding 1/4 cup of sour cream. And I love sour cream, so it's a little bit more heavy-handed on my end, just because I love that tangy taste. So let's stir it all together. Get it nice and mixed up. And then again, I just wanted to reiterate for the pasta, it's about 3 cups of cooked pasta. That's what we're using here. So you can measure that out, cook it up, and make sure to drain it, you know, cool it before you get it in that bowl to start mixing everything around. Okay, so we're looking good here. We're gonna add onions. So I already have 1/2 cup of pre-chopped red onions. Red onions add that tang. So we're gonna add that guy in. Let's get every last little bit. Stir that around. It's looking good, looking good. From here, we're gonna add in the cilantro to give it a little color and just give it that exotic pizzazz. Some people don't like cilantro, and I get that. I personally love it, but if it's not your taste, you can always add fresh parsley instead. It won't change the recipe too much. You know, you want to make sure you're doing what you like and what you're gonna eat. So I'm making a little mess. Excuse me real quickly. All right, so we're gonna spice it up. Since this is reminiscent of an elote type recipe, we're gonna be adding a jalapeno. And the fun part about cutting up and using a jalapeno is basically deciding how much heat you want. So I've pre-cut this one so that we've taken out the membrane and the seeds. What's really important to know is the membrane and the seeds are what actually give your recipe heat. So if people don't like it that spicy, you can easily remove them. Just make sure to wash your hands when you're done. If people do like the heat, we're gonna mix it up in here. So we're gonna keep this half in with the membrane and seeds just to give it that extra little kick. So let's chop this up real quickly. And depending on what size chunks you want, you know, I like big chunks. That's what we call my cat, and what I call my chopped peppers, the big chunks. So this looks cleaner, obviously, because the membrane's out. It's gonna be less spicy. This one here, we're gonna cut this one up. You wanna kind of cut it at an angle. You'll see the membranes in there still, and that's what really adds that kick. And the seeds are gonna add that kick too, so I like it hot, what can I say? All right, so big chonkies. Let's stick these guys in here. Little seeds in, gonna put that aside for a moment. Let's do a stir again. It's starting to look really colorful, really good. Here we go. Yum, yum, yum. I love pasta salad in the summertime. Okay, so from here, we're gonna add some lime. And I'm going to show you another little secret. And this works for any citrus fruit, and especially if you're making lemonade, because it's, you know, hot and lemons are good, especially lemonade in the summer. You're going to take your citrus fruit and roll it. Roll it as hard as you can, because the idea is you want it squishy inside. And as we do this, it's breaking up those little juice packets. I'm not quite sure what they're called, but it's breaking up inside so that when we finally cut it, it's going to be easier to squeeze out. So you can see the juice is already coming out. Let's remove this guy. And we're going to squeeze in the lime. So look how much more easily it comes out when you pre-squeeze it and roll it. Okay, so that's really good. We're going to use the other half. Oh yeah. And then sometimes I'll stick my finger in there to kind of help break it up a little bit more. And if you have a juicer, you can of course use a juicer, but I don't like extra dishes personally, so I try to just use my hands and my hand tools. Stir it up. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like a vacation. It definitely smells like a vacation. So just for fun, and if you want to add a little more pizzazz, so these are already clean, and if you have a microplane or just a regular shredder or grater, you can actually add a little bit of peel in there to make it extra limey. And sometimes it won't quite come out. Here, we'll try this one instead. But this guy's really juiced. So, oh, there we go. You see it? Adds a little color too. All right, and then you can use your spatula to remove the rest of it and stir it up. From here, we're gonna add the Parmesan cheese. So that's part of the reason I got this grater out. You can use Kraft or any of the store-bought ones. This is a brand new grater too. We're really excited to use it. Let me take it off the cheese slicer part. But we decided to fancy it up just for the heck of it. So today we are actually grating our own Parmesan cheese. And I used, I would say, maybe about, grated, I'd say maybe, a quarter cup, it looks like, after everything's said and done. Yeah, and you can easily determine that by the chunk of cheese that you break off. But if you really like the cheese, keep adding more. And I'm just going to use this for now because I really want to bring out those limey flavors. But this will go well because briny always meshes well with nutty and savory. All right, let's stir that guy up. Okay, so we're almost done, guys. The last little bit, and I've opted not to use pepper, but instead to use the cayenne red pepper to again give it a little color, give it a little more authenticity when it comes to the elote corn. We're gonna put this on, but if you don't have access to this, feel free to use just regular black pepper and it should be fine. We're gonna do a little sprinkle here. We're gonna stir it up. And then when you're ready to serve, make sure to do another little sprinkle on top because it looks fantastic. And always, before serving, make sure to wipe down the sides of your bowl. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining us and enjoy your elote pasta salad.